I'm Dave Barry, and today I'm interviewing Ben Abstacker. Okay, I thought it'd be a good idea to interview him for health and fitness, because Ben's been able to become Australian champion 4 times, and also he's been able to turn his life around and completely transform his body. So Ben, what are the most important steps you feel people should take in their weight loss journey?
Well, happy Wednesday, Dave, and thank you very much for having me on the podcast. Really appreciate the kind words. In terms of those that are looking to make their most important steps on their weight loss journey, the first thing is to have a clear indication of a goal. So setting yourself, okay, what does weight loss mean to you? I actually don't use the word weight loss, because what happens when you lose something, you lose your car keys, you go back looking for it. So I actually tell my clients and train others to think of weight release. So how much weight are we going to release and why? So I want people to understand, if I'm going to release 5 kilos of weight from my current weight, why am I doing that? Is it to run around with my kids? Is it have I got a holiday coming up? Is it to feel better? So get them understanding why they're doing it. So they set the goal, they have the why, and then they start with very small incremental changes in their daily habits. So if you want to change the scales, change your habits. And what I mean by that is, okay, so tomorrow I'm not going to drink soft drinks, I'm going to drink water. Tomorrow I'm going to have 1 glass of water rather than 1 glass of wine. So I'm going to start making these small incremental changes. So the next change might be show up to the gym just once. That's all you need to do. And the week after, twice. So making small habitual changes, then they become lifestyle changes. And then you're able to achieve, your weight release goals.
Well, obviously you're in the gym a lot.
Yes.
What do you see and also hear from your clients are the main chokeholds on why people can't lose the weight?
So the number one thing here is I don't have time. And you cannot use as an excuse, because everyone has 24 hours in a day. Working out is only 1 hour of those 24, so you're left with another 23. I coach some of the busiest CEOs, executives, business owners, mothers, fathers in the world. So they're super busy, but they still find that hour each day. So saying I don't have the time to train is actually saying I don't prioritize training or health and fitness. Now, make fitness and training fun. Go and do things in the gym. Doesn't have to be in the gym. Can be outdoors. Get moving. Just do that for half an hour to an hour. Don't bombard yourself with complication, because people start looking at the top of the mountain. They forget all they need to do is just take the first step. The first step is get to the gym, try and stay more than half an hour, then leave, tick the box. Then you can do that in the morning or after work.
Okay, so make it a priority.
Priority.
And clearly you got to value your own health and well-being and physical body.
That's exactly right.
You must value it.
And plan your week. So like every Sunday, I plan my week, so I can tell you exactly when I'm scheduled to train, and no one fucks with my training time. So my training time is my time, and I prioritize that. So I place the training as the number one priority, and then around that I plan my meals and I plan my food, which is the next important piece in the weight loss journey or the weight release journey.
Yeah, I was just going to ask how you structure your daily training and also daily life. So your week is your exercise routine scheduled in advance on the days, what time, where you need to be, how you're going to do it. You have a training plan and you're following that training plan. You're really making the full commitment there.
Yeah, exactly. And then so I start every Sunday. I write down what muscle group we're going to train on the Monday, when I'm going to do my cardio, and I actually write out before each day begins the actual times I'm going to eat my food to hit my meal plan and my diet on point, and then that just doesn't move. That's how I do it. Like, planning is the key. Yeah.
So you're very specific there. And what would happen if you just don't feel like doing it?
Okay, that's a really good question. That's a challenge faced by a lot of people. If you don't feel like doing something, that's even a bigger reason to do it. If you don't feel like it, you should force yourself to do it, because saying I don't feel like it is not really a valid excuse. That the only way you'll build willpower is you do things you don't want to do daily. So I'm doing things daily So I've basically calloused my mind. My mind is, the willpower muscle is being trained so many times a day by me doing things I don't want to do. Of course, it's easy to reach for the burger, reach for the pizza, go have a beer with the boys. But if I haven't scheduled that, or I haven't deserved that, or it's not on my plan, then I exercise the willpower, and I'm going to do things that I don't really want to do all the time.
Yeah, so it's up to the individual just to self-discipline themselves relentlessly for the results they seek.
Yeah.
And then that's the difference between someone who is interested and someone who's committed.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
I think we need to, a lot of people give up far too quickly.
Yes.
Because they're not seeing in the results in the immediate.
Yes.
The short future.
Yeah.
But the person needs to learn that by taking those small, insignificant actions, do make a difference.
Yes.
To your long-term results that you seek.
100%. And touching on that topic, so it takes 2 weeks of following a meal plan, exercising, for you to even notice a body composition shift. It then takes another 4 weeks for you to see visual and structural changes to your figure or your physique. It then takes another 10 weeks for your friends, your colleagues, your partner to go, whoa, Dave, fuck, you're looking jacked. Look at your arms. What have you been doing? So there's that delayed gratification. We live in an environment of instant gratification where everyone wants it now. You know, they post, they get the like, they get the comment. Doesn't work like that. This is a journey. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You've got to show up every single day to make those incremental wins and those small habitual changes.
And so to make sure you stay on track, you would need to measure your progress.
That's exactly right.
That could be photo evidence.
That photo evidence is a really good one. I go off how I feel.
Yeah.
So I've just recently come off a big bulk where I was put on 16 kilos in 16 weeks. When I was 104 kilos, I was walking around. I felt fucking tired, lethargic, bloated. I was walking around like I was a fridge, you know. I was eating 2 puffer fish. So then how do I measure my progress? And I'm starting to shred. Is like, do I feel lighter? Do I feel better? Is mental fog gone? Am I more confident? And then just little things like, you know, is your waist changing? So just the belt size or the pant size, is that changing? Are clothes fitting better? You know, don't necessarily, like, using the scale as a #1 ranking tool. I think it should be about 3. So I place above that, how do I feel? And how do I look? So how do my clothes fit? And then we'll use the weight in at 3rd.
Yeah, so find tools for measurement.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so clearly you exercise and you have a good diet that you follow. For high performance,
yes.
What are some of the routines and rituals that you also engage in for peak physical and mental performance?
So I've been using the same kick-ass, win the morning, win the day routine. So I've been doing this for 5 years. It helped me excel in my corporate career and helped me win 4 Australian fitness model titles. It also helped me overcome my mental illness, my depression, my anxiety. So I get up fucking early. I either get up at 4 or 5 o'clock. I set the alarm, I put it out of my bed, I wake up, I get out of my warm bed, I turn off the alarm. I never hit the snooze button. If you hit the snooze button, you're already starting the day off with negative loss. You want to start stacking wins. So first thing I do is I get out of the bed, I turn off the alarm. Next thing I do is I have 2 glasses of water, have a shot of apple cider vinegar. That really wakes up the digestive system. I then walk into my bathroom. I then look into the mirror. I play my favorite pump up song. So this is, at the moment, I'm listening to the Rocky soundtrack. I dance in front of the mirror, you know, I get the body moving. I start, you laugh at yourself, right? So then the lymphatic system goes up, down. I'm laughing, and then I jump up and down for 2 minutes. Then I do some breath work. So I want to oxygize the body, wake the brain up. So I do some Wim Hof breathing. So fully in, fully out, holding in for 5 seconds. I then jump in a warm shower or a hot shower. At the end of that shower, I crank it all the way to cold, and then boom, 2 minutes in the cold shower. Reason I have the cold shower is, firstly, it's uncomfortable. So I'm doing something that early in the morning that makes me uncomfortable, and it wakes you the fuck up. It's great. It's one of the best things. You do it, good. And then I come to this exact viewpoint here. I grab my 5-minute journal. I write down what am I grateful for, what will make today great, and what's my daily affirmation. From there, I then write out my yearly goals or 6-month goals, and then I go off to the gym and exercise. That's the morning routine.
Yeah. So you got a morning routine. So the morning routine is obviously gratitude journal.
Yes.
You got your cold water therapy.
Yes.
And you got breathing routine.
Yes.
They're all deliberate practice.
Stacking wins.
So it's not just with I think people forget that you got the physical body. You want the energy. You must do energy.
Yes.
But you also, all the systems are interconnected. So you've got the mental and emotional systems as well.
Yeah.
So you would also want that mental clarity, emotional calm to be productive and more effective in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you got deliberate routines.
Deliberate routines. On the other thing too, I forgot I missed. Always I sleep next to my partner, and as the alarm goes off, I always roll over to her and I tell her I love her, and I give her a kiss and I tell her that she's amazing. I think, I know when I wake up to that, I feel so good. I like, someone loves and cares about me. Look, if you don't have a partner, a dog or a cat, or it just even might be just dropping your parents a text or something, so that giving out that love energy, I think, is another important thing.
Your spiritual game as well.
Yeah, exactly.
On your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual.
That's right.
In the morning, deliberate practices to win the morning, to set yourself up to win the day.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
And if you want energy, you need to do energy.
Yeah.
If you want to be strong, you need to do strong.
Exactly.
And they've got to become must.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, outstanding.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Also, what would be 2 powerful principles that you live your life by, whether that be to push yourself forward for greater achievement or to deal with failure and setbacks in our lives?
Okay, so the most powerful principle I live by is the power of positivity. Now, you've known me for a long time. Every single day, it doesn't matter how I'm feeling, I'll say to every single person I see, happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. And then I say happy Tuesday, and a happy Wednesday. So I live this power of positivity, and I always give people either a compliment or ask them how their day's going. So I'm a big believer in that infectious positive energy. And by me saying happy Wednesday, doesn't matter how the fuck I'm feeling. Like I'm that guy. So even if I'm tired, run down or whatever, it takes a lot because you smile and you say happy Wednesday. So I never really feel run down or too tired. So you'll never get me at a low energy point. I'm always sort of staying there at that nice high energy medium point. And I think that's because I lead with the power of positivity.
Absolutely. It's always about energy. And you're deliberately setting your intentions, what you do, how you think, and the actions that follow.
That's exactly right.
You're creating that emotional state.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Awesome.
How to deal with setbacks. I think the first thing is you got to realize setbacks are a part of life. They're gonna happen to you, and that doesn't matter who you are, what you do. You're gonna cop a few, and how we stand in the times of adversity is a true measure of your character.
Absolutely.
So, what I tend to do is I sit back from the mistake or the failure or the setback. I understand, okay, so what's the silver lining here? What's the lesson? Okay. What could have I done better, or how can I approach this differently to alleviate that happening again? But if it's something that I've got no control over, I then try and look for, okay, what are the positives I can take away from this so I can apply to future learning. And then I'm a big believer, I don't dwell on the past. The past is yesterday, it's history. You learn from it. What's the point of living with regret? You cannot change the past. Living back there takes your power away from the present.
Absolutely.
So back when I battled depression, I was always past. I fucking did this. Before I go to sleep, I relived the fuck ups. Oh shit, I made that mistake. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And just
emotional state, right?
Gunfire off in the head. I'd wake up. I'd have 8 hours sleep. Feels like I had fucking zero, and I'd be depressed, and I'd start the day depressed. And I had no routine, no structure. I couldn't even get out of bed properly. It was like always lethargic, always tired, because I was living back in the setbacks, in the failures. And I just don't live there anymore.
Yeah, so the two key points there are the power of positivity.
Yes.
Being intentional with positivity, and also what can you learn from each situation or lesson, and then actually taking that lesson and applying it day to day.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So whilst we all have different definitions of success and people are after different goals, have different interests and have different dreams, what would your definition of an extraordinary life be, and what is life on your terms?
Okay, so definition of an extraordinary life to me is living to my fullest potential, both mentally and physically. So I want to go out and do as much as I can, both mentally and physically. So through the physical aspect, a life on extraordinary terms, I'm going to push my body to the limit. So that's I do that with fitness and fitness modeling and competing on stage. The second part being the mindset, so living to my fullest potential mentally, is the reading, is the self-development, is the learning, is meeting new people, is getting uncomfortable, is teaching myself the growth mindset. Like, I can learn anything. And then being able to take in all this, so you got the mental, the physical, and the spiritual at the end of it, and then give it back to others.
Absolutely. So
extraordinary life to me is being able to help, inspire, motivate, educate, and empower others. If I can live a life where there's a legacy left for others to follow in and go, because of that guy didn't give up, or look where he's come from, look what he's done, that is an extraordinary life to me. One where I've given back and I've helped change, say, the lives of 100,000 people. That'd be fucking amazing to me.
And I have no doubt you're definitely on track to do that.
We're getting there slowly.
So physically, mentally, obviously you're growing, you're going to feel good about yourself.
Yes.
And then your energy is up for you to contribute back in empowering ways. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I would like to also mention that we've created a school initiative. It's called Everybody Wins. And Ben is part of the team. And the young guys definitely look up to him. They find him highly relatable because Ben, as we know, he's an Australian champion 4 times. He's been able to physically turn his life around and also transform his body, but also his mindset. And so thanks very much.
Thank you very much for your time. And I just wanted to express some gratitude and thank you to yourself, and just commend you firstly on watching your journey. So you've come from a guy that I was coaching, and you've competed on stage, and you've won some massive accolades, but you've also been able to execute on a vision of empowering school children and students. And you know, you've spearheaded this Everybody Wins program, and I've watched you work relentlessly around the clock. So, you know, you're changing lives and you're changing at the grassroots, mate. I've no doubt whatsoever you're going to change the game of the education system, the schooling system. So, mate, just thanks to you, and well done. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you, and that goes back to the contribution and everybody.
Well done, mate. Good work. Good job.
Thanks.